Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, rehydration clause revealed. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, so the first press conference for the Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis fight was yesterday, March the 8th. The second one will be today, March the 9th. A lot of stuff was revealed during the first press conference. I can't cover it all in one video, but I'll try my best to get to certain topics I feel like are, relevant to the fight, and I think that you guys will enjoy. And this rehydration clause I thought was pretty interesting. I read an article this morning, and they were explaining the rehydration clause, or the rehydration side of the contract for Ryan Garcia, and what he revealed in yesterday's press conference. And I just want to get my thoughts on that. If you guys stick around for a little while, hit that like button for me, share, all of that good stuff. So, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, the rehydration clause. Now, there was no mention in this article about the Gervonta Davis side of the contract and the rehydration clause, but they only really spoke about Ryan Garcia. But I assumed if Ryan Garcia is receiving this rehydration clause, then Gervonta Davis most likely is receiving the same thing. They both fight at 135. Both of those guys, I believe, used to fight at 130. Both of those guys, I believe, can move beyond 135. Now, when it comes to the rehydration clause for Ryan Garcia, now, about a week ago, I believe it was, when it came out and was revealed that the fight wasn't going to happen at 135. It was actually going to be 1 pound above, which I don't know why that makes a difference. But it's going to be at 136. And not only is it going to be at 136, but with the rehydration clause within the contract, Ryan Garcia is going to be able to balloon up to nearly welterweight, pretty much back to welterweight, when he steps into the ring. Now, he said he normally walks around at 148, 149. In the ring, he likes to be somewhere around 147 and a half to 148. But they're going to allow him to come into the ring at 146. So 1 pound off from welterweight. Now, I keep telling people that both of these guys have upside up until welterweight. If they're walking around at welterweight, that means that they could campaign very easily at welterweight if they wanted to. But since, they're having great success down at 135, most fighters don't fight at their walking around weight. They normally drop about 5 to 10 pounds and fight 5 to 10 pounds lighter than what they walk around at. Why do they do that? Why do most fighters do that? It's because, now, I don't know if most people understand what I mean when I say it's because of strength reasons. Because when you're walking around at 140 and you're naturally can walk around at 140 without, trying to bulk up or doing a lot of extra things to hold that weight, that means if you were to lose 5 pounds, you're still going to be naturally stronger than somebody who walks around at 135 pounds. Now, does that guarantee you a victory? It doesn't guarantee you a victory. It just gives you a slight natural advantage in the power category. Now, everybody doesn't lose weight the same way, or everybody doesn't carry weight the same way. Now, some people might naturally walk around at, let's say, 140, and when they slim down, it hurts their body because they're naturally, they can hold more than 140, put it that way. Their body can naturally hold more than 140. They might have been walking around at 140 or training at 140, but if they were to stop training, then their body's going to naturally put on probably 5 more pounds. So he might be walking around at 140 because he's training constantly. But if he was to stop training, he's going to go up to like 145, 147. So those type of guys like Earl Spence, who's naturally like a 156 guy, 160 guy, when he loses weight for 147, he's actually draining his body to make 147. So when he comes into the ring, some people say he looks like a skeleton. I think he looks really shredded and really stripped and really ripped where his body is supposed to be at. But since he naturally walks around with that extra weight, when he drops that extra weight, it makes his body, I'm pretty sure, not feel the same as it did when it was 5 to 10 pounds heavier. So I hope that's a good explanation for some people who don't understand like rehydration clause and walking around weight versus fighting weights, because it's very important in the sport of boxing, because that can win or lose you a fight. And you know, for people who don't understand, I hope that brings some type of clarity to you. So Ryan Garcia is going to be able to come into that fight at 146. Now I'm pretty sure Gervonta Davis, you know, he's naturally a chunkier guy, he's shorter, so he's naturally holds weight different in his body, but he be ripped up too, don't get me wrong, but it seems like shorter people can hold weight better than taller, longer people can, because you have to spread that mass over a taller body. So he maybe just looks chunkier than the average person. But if you watch the press conference, which I didn't get a chance to watch it live or anything, I had to catch pieces of it and get the information from articles and stuff, because I didn't get to catch it live. But if you saw the pictures when they faced off, I told y'all that it's going to be very interesting to see the height difference. Now, what surprised me when I saw the pictures was Ryan Garcia is not that much taller than him. I thought he was going to be like, because I believe it was Mario Barrios, like he looked like he was towering over Gervonta Davis. But Ryan Garcia, you know, he's just above Gervonta Davis's eye level. So I don't feel like the height is actually going to be that much of a difference or play that much of a role as I thought it would when I first started talking about the fight. But I do think that rehydration clause, depending on what Gervonta Davis likes to come into the ring at, I'm not sure, because they didn't really mention it in the fight where he likes to walk around and fight at or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're both going to be somewhere around welterweight size when this fight actually happens. So I think that that's going to be a recipe for explosions in the ring. Ryan Garcia said he suspects that he will rehydrate up to welterweight, you know, close to that 146-pound mark. And, you know, to me, that means he's definitely setting up for a knockout. They want there to be a knockout in this fight. They don't want either one of these guys coming in feeling weight drained. Want both of them to come in at the best of their abilities and throwing bombs. Now, on the same day, which is this is where it gets crazy, because on the same day, they still have to weigh in on that day, fight night, you know, earlier that day, and they have to weigh in at 136. But rehydrating back up to 146, you know, that's crazy. Even the rehydration part could hurt you as a fighter, because putting all that weight back on that fast, you know, who knows how that's going to affect your body, you know, on that night, on that specific night. Now, you might have done it 50 or 60 times before that night, but on that night, nobody knows how it's going to affect you. So going from 136 up to 146 could be a problem for both of those guys. Let's just see how it plays out on fight night. And I'm pretty sure they both have done it before. Now, this is nothing new to either one of these guys, but we're going to have to see how it plays out on fight night. Who's going to get the advantage as far as the rehydration clause goes? I think it's going to help Ryan to absorb some punches. But I think since both fighters are most likely going to be around that 147-pound limit anyway, it's not really going to factor into the fight. I think Gervonta Davis is going to land a huge knockout in this fight. And it's going to come somewhere around the 6th round. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. More than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, hit my Gmail, flockofcards@gmail.com. And we are Man.
I'm too high for words, too fly for birds. Telling mother pigeons, get to rock, kick, you not listening. Baby, stop tripping. They ain't on your level. What part of that are you missing? Look, I just wanna put the cuffs on you. Take you to the room, put the cuffs on you. I just wanna lick on you, touch on you. Keep talking that shit and I'ma bust on you. You know I got it like that though. Take her to the movies, they go down in the back row. Shitting on them bitches, why you clown them like that for? She know she got it like that, so that's my baby. Oh my. Make me feel so right. Come and stay the night.
Little things you do must I remind you that I respect you.